Fine. Oh, hello, Miss Laura.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, look at you
Hello.
with your fancy wrap.
Yeah, well, we started. It's Guernsey along over in Maker Work
Guernseys.
Group this week. So I got out the good old Guernsey wrap because I am running around in a very hot apartment that I definitely should have swept before today's live, but oh well. I'm seeing all the little, yay! Oh, lovely. Yeah, we are doing in Maker Work Group on Mondays.
I want to play this game.
We're doing a Guernsey along where people are picking their own Guernsey style patterns. And it was, of course, super hilarious because everybody held up about this much and did the classic, it's done. So everyone was doing this. We were laughing on Monday. But I just wanted to give thank you for helping inspire all the Guernsey folks with your worsted version, which is the same person's version. Nobody wants to make my DK version because it's twice the yarn and takes twice as long. Nobody wants that.
Yes, I knit this as a travel project for myself many years ago when I was in Portugal, was one of the places I was. I love this thing. As you can see, it was we did not plan this bit. I just grabbed it from by the door.
Yeah, I love it. And I've got it on my pile of like things for classes. And it's like I'm considering taking it on vacation. So I thought I would contemplate that on today's live. But I love twinning.
It's a nice one. I know.
Yeah, I love it.
The scarf version, I think.
Yeah.
But I made it so long.
Mm-hmm. It's very chunky. It's real thick when you do the worsted. And then we have a lot of people doing mods too. Like our friend Jason is making it a circular tubular cowl, the same pattern, but just joining it in the round. And he is flying. He's flying on through it. So it's endlessly customizable. But yeah, it's so fun. But I couldn't justify teaching it as a class. I've taught it as a class once, and it's basically let's talk about reading charts. Let's talk about gauge and stitch definition, and then it's 5 weeks of just like, so today I went to Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Did you knit? Oh, you knit?
So I thought Maker Work Group, that's the specialty. So
that way people can Guernsey whatever they want to Guernsey, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. So we're having a lot of fun collaborating over there. But so I'm wearing it in their honor, feeling very inspired. But
Maya thinks it's hers, but I can safely say that is gonna stay Laura's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to work hard for that. That's a real thing.
You do. Mm-hmm. But it is. Oh, it's got exactly the same color thread attached to it, so you can tell I like this color. There you go.
It.
There you go.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
Well, I believe I interrupted some sort of surprise unveiling, so I wanted to
a surprise. It's going to come off real sexy, but it's not that kind of surprise. Okay. I just need to take this sweater off.
Okay. All right.
Surprise.
I don't think you needed to warn us. You could just go for it.
All right. This isn't OnlyFans.
Is this beautiful V-neck the surprise? Okay. No, it's not. But the color's great on you. Wowzers. Okay. This is huge shock. Huge.
Don't be scared of the amount of ends I have.
We're not looking at that. That's none of our business. What is our business is you had basically this last weekend. And now you have a completed garment, essentially. I mean, holy smokes, you started on sleeves? That is so intense. Oh my God. You are doing such an amazing job with this. It looks incredible. Incredible. I love it.
Fun, right?
So how many blocks do you have there, Allyson?
This is 24 blocks. I was
24.
contemplating putting more on the bottom, but I am not going to do that anymore. I think she's blacked enough. I think she's blacky enough. And so I'm just going to put ribbing on the bottom, but I wanted to get a start on the sleeves to see how the sleeves were coming together.
And they look great.
They look cute, right?
Yes.
I've got a lot of this. So I figured I'd get started.
That's lucky tweed?
No, this is nightshades
Oh,
from
nightshades.
yeah, nightshades
Harrisville.
from Harrisville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Harrisville. So yeah, she's
Wow.
cute.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's incredible.
So I've got a lot of this, so I was just going to kind of go on these for a while, and then see how I feel about it. But yeah, I had fun kind of playing around with block placement. I think it's going to look really cute once I get a little collar on her too, kind of come together a little bit. But yeah, gotta say I'm having fun with this one.
Oh my
A
gosh.
lot of fun.
Allyson is leading our Heirloom Quilt Cardigan knit along, which is a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
And has been literally our leader because she has been working so hard on this. It's like unbelievable. We're in it's like week 2.5, right? Of this.
Yes.
And you're
Yes.
like, that's incredible. So the seaming started during our sweater club session on Tuesday.
Yes.
And it
On
was so
Tuesday
cool.
night.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so cool to watch this come together. Like the way that the blocks join and make more of that like square motif
Don't be
is
scared. Don't be scared. But
super
yeah,
cool.
look at the.
It's all right. It's all right.
Don't be scared.
Everyone's fine. Everyone's okay. Woo. Okay,
Trigger
maybe we can.
Trigger
Maybe we
warning.
can go back to the right side. Oh, okay, right side. We're safe. We're safe again. But that's part of it.
Yeah,
that is part of it.
It's very zoomy because look at how
you really thought about it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really nice and zoomy. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is fun. This has been fun.
Yes.
I started seaming Tuesday night at Sweater Club, and I continued seaming yesterday. And I just couldn't stop. It just was very fun to see this fabric coming together.
Yeah.
We just went for it.
It's unbelievable. And so this week you went live on Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yes, you went live on Tuesday in the party, and as part of our fearless leader of this cardigan along, and shared your spreadsheet that we reviewed last time. And gave people all the resources. So I reached my goal of 10. But as we discussed last week, I need to get 30 something. Good. Spreadsheet was helpful.
I'm so happy with that. I didn't check to see if people were using it. I just left it there and ran away. And hoped.
Well, you had seaming to do. You had seaming to do.
I had a lot of business to do. So yeah, we're talking about sleeves next Tuesday.
Nice.
And talking about more seaming on Tuesday, the next time I go live. So hopefully by then I'll have even more to show off.
I'm certain.
I got a good start on it this morning because my dog is very scared of thunderstorms, and super normal thing to happen in March. A thunderstorm was going through, so obviously I just had to sit on the couch and comfort my dog. So that allowed me to crank some of those sleeves out. So I feel like I got like bonus knitting time in this morning thanks to Mother Nature.
Well, I'm sorry to Royal. That's terrible.
I know.
But way to make
guy.
it, way to put it to good use. Because wowzers. Right? Yeah, I knew it was intense because a clap of thunder woke me up at 6. So it has to be pretty heavy. So poor Royal.
Poor Royal. Yeah, but we got through it. He's not hovering underneath me right now, so that's probably a good sign.
Progress.
Yeah. But yeah, I got the sleeves going. I'm knitting them 2 at a time. I might change colors. I'm not sure. There's a lot.
Cool.
There's a lot going on.
You're thinking potential stripes?
I was thinking potential stripes.
Wow, that's cool.
This much yarn left. I feel like this is a lot, and I might just keep on with that.
Yeah, one of the suggestions in the pattern is 2 different color solid sleeves. But I haven't seen
I was never doing that.
Yeah,
I was never doing that.
That's not my ministry either, but the stripes is interesting.
I think that like fat stripes might be cute, a way to keep it scrappy, but in a
Yeah.
different way than two different sleeves. I don't know. I don't know. I might stop
Interesting.
working on the sleeves for a while and like pick up for the neckline just to get a little bit of a clearer picture of
Yeah.
seeing how it's coming together.
Do you have any thoughts about how wide you want your neckline to be, or are you just kind of
I
going on vibes?
I don't. I'm going on vibes. I'm going on vibes. I do like how narrow the neckline is right now.
Mm,
So I don't necessarily need a huge neckline. I think it's gonna look really good once I get it finished at the neckline.
mhm.
I'll be able to put the pieces together a little bit better about how this is going. We have talked about this before, Laura. We both kind of struggle with scrappy
Yeah.
projects.
Yeah.
How wearable they are, like what do you have to do to get it to work for you? So
Or
I
to
still
make
have,
it something you'd actually reach for, because you
yeah,
can make them all the live
exactly.
long day, but then for me, they kind of sit there. So
Right. Yes. And I don't want this to sit here. I think it's super fun, very silly in like a fun, wearable way. And I want to make it as wearable as possible.
it
Uh,
definitely says
so
yeah, it definitely says professional knitting and sewing instructor. That is definitely what it says.
no shit, right?
So
Yeah, no
dress for the
kidding.
part you want, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But it has been a blast putting together. So, if anything, that is a win. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep riding it and see what happens. So far so good. But yeah, I
Amazing.
got it together yesterday and I was like, oh man, this is very fun. And then of course I was standing like looking, admiring my work, and Shane was like, "Ooh, looks like one of those blocks is in the wrong spot," with a shit-eating grin on his face. I was like, "Listen, I don't need this right now, sir." He thought he was so funny, so funny. Yeah,
Timing is everything in comedy.
yeah.
Wrong time.
Oh,
Wrong
oh my
time.
God. It was very silly. And then I walked away. He was like, "Oh, Allyson, it looks like you have two of the same blocks right next to each other in the back." I was like, "No, I don't." Stop it with that, sir. Oh
Trolling.
man, he
Knitting
thought he was so
troll.
funny, so funny. Yeah, ridiculous. So
Goodness
yeah,
gracious.
that has been really taking my
Oh,
attention,
yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
So I have just been, I've just been cranking those out between sessions at the computer. Yeah, it's been fun.
So that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah,
That is a
it's
lot.
good. It's good. Yeah. Laura, what has been taking your attention this week?
Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, lots and lots, which is fun. But yeah, I have been cross stitching away with the Diana Waters murder mystery cross stitch along. So I have that is in progress. I have been keeping up I'm proud of my 10 blocks. It's
Oh,
obviously
yeah, you
blown
should.
out of the water by our fearless leader, but I feel like that is on the higher pace of those of us doing the along. 10 is pretty good. And
10 is
I will continue. I will be taking this along with me. I'm traveling over the weekend. So it's nice to just know what the travel project is. Don't even think about it. This is the travel project. I have been sewing as part of the garment workroom. I have been working on the Sylvan jacket, the new Sylvan jacket from Sew Liberated. And we've been doing a sew long for the last 2 weeks. So it's been a lot of this. I made a game time plan to add lining to it, which has taken
looks
a
good
little
from
bit
here.
of time. Yeah, and it looks good from there, and there she'll stay. Up close, it's a lot going on, but
Oh,
the silhouette is cool. I really like the silhouette. I'm excited to actually finish the shawl collar and have it lay flat. I think it'll be, it needs pockets desperately, but that's what we're doing with our last week because I have this entire page. This is all pockets. These are all optional pockets. So you have this many pocket options. It just goes on and on and on and on. And you have a
wow.
billion It's many pockets. It's great,
That's
a great deal.
many pockets.
So, and you decide. So we in the small but mighty so long group, we have decided, and it's a lot. But yeah, every time I put it on, I reach for an invisible pocket, and my hand just goes. Whoop. So it's
Oh
been fun,
yeah.
but a lot of work. And then we also have we've started Guernsey along this week, and then it's Mitten Month, as we all know it, for those who
Mid-month.
celebrate. So tonight we are talking about the Luffy mitten, which is a mitten with its own. Let's see if I can reveal. Yes, lining. So we're
What a
talking about lined.
reveal.
Woo! We're talking about lined mittens tonight, and just working on my samples for that class. So on top of which, I have also started teaching during the daytime to people in real life. So I will be starting in April teaching IRL classes in the city of Evanston, which is just straight north of Chicago, where Northwestern University is. I'll be at Evanston Stitchworks Mondays and Tuesdays during the day for one-on-one classes, not one-on-one, but small group classes during the day. Bring any projects. So you are interested in that, you can look at Evanston Stitchworks social media and website to sign up. But it's been a heck of a week. So just working away, but all of that, and we've got some new spring resale things posted. I mean, we're just like
Doing
it's a
it.
little bit of everything. So I would like to have more to show of all of the things, but instead I have many little things. It's one of those weeks, you know?
On top of which, Laura, you are headed to London tonight.
I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to be teaching this mitten class and then getting in an Uber and going to the airport for a red-eye flight to London. So yeah, I am going to London, England just for the weekend. I am very excited. But because it's such a short amount of time, I really only asked one person for recommendations, and that is my best friend Allyson, because everybody has been to London before me, and that is great. And you all love it and have done so many things there. But I can't. 48 hours is not enough time, so I have to get in, get out, and I'm unable to solicit all of the wonderful recommendations. But I'm going to do the hits. I won't do anything that is like hip, underground, or cool. It will be all things you've heard of before.
I don't think they
But
have those things in London. It does not have a history
it's not the
of being
60s
like the
anymore.
ground floor of anything. No, definitely not.
Well, I do think that the timing is a little uncanny, because I think we'll talk about this in Culture Corner, but as our official royal correspondent of Laura Allison Party, I've been sent to get boots on the ground for this whole Kate Middleton situation. So
Yes.
Princess Catherine, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and don't you worry.
We're gonna see
Yeah,
what's up.
I'm on it. I'm on it now.
Yeah.
The people have asked, and so I'm going to deliver her, and I'll find her while I'm there. It's just a quick 48-hour turnaround. So I have to do all of the sightseeing and history and have a big emotional moments while also solving the biggest royal mystery of this new millennium. So I have a lot to do.
Is going to be busy, and you have to knit some quilt squares.
Yes, I am. So we had talked about this a little bit, you and I, to strategize, but I'm going to narrow down some of my colors and just take them and just keep going. I think I can get through a lot, because I have a tendency to overpack projects when I travel. So I like dance around. Yeah. Anybody else? And this time I'm just packing just this. So I really feel like the narrowing down, I could really have some numbers. I could push 20. I really could. We'll see. We'll see though. I've got a lot to do when I get there. I've got to save Kate. So
yeah, you got to save Kate. Yeah, you've got to listen to Jeremy Irons talk about Westminster Abbey. You've got to drink kind of a lot of beer. That's like a prerequisite.
I do. So
well, I believe in you.
I do too. There is just no way I'm not going to have a great time. So I will be back with just in a blink of an eye. But I'm very, very excited. So and I've got my travel projects.
and you've got your
Tough.
travel project, that
Singular.
is great. Yes,
Hmm.
only blocks.
Hmm.
Yeah, only blocks. If I can knit like 4 during our sewing retreat 2 weekends ago, Laura, I think you can punch out a few. You've got a couple long flights ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm really hoping. And then I've got a whole like hour-long train ride into London from Heathrow. So I believe in me. We'll just have to see how chatty people are. We talked a little bit about this um, in my classes in Evanston this week, but sometimes you're in the mood to be real social when you're at the airport and knitting and really want to like engage with people about what you're working on. And sometimes you want to put on the giant headphones and just work away. And I'm kind of in a work away mode, but we'll see how chatty people are feeling.
I do feel like people are more put off by the giant headphones rather than the earbuds. So
Yeah.
this is a better life. I love mask life for me is great because if I have my noise canceling giant headphones on, sunglasses, and a mask, you cannot see me. I am invisible.
Yes. Yeah.
I am invisible. And that is just my style. I just love that so much. I'm just invisible in O'Hare. I'm invisible in this plane. You can't see me. Have a good day.
Amazing.
Yep.
I'm hopeful, but we shall see. I really I tried to take advantage of the thunderclap awakening this morning to really wake up early so that I'd be really, really tired by the time I get
That's smart.
to the plane ride. But I just know it's going to be major hurry up and wait vibes. So I know once I'm through security, I'll be like, "Ugh." So I'm glad to just like I've got Little Women I'm taking along with me, and I've got the quilt project and a quilt cardigan project, and I hope that'll like lull me back into relaxation. So those are the big crafting plans for the trip.
Nice. Excellent. Well, we cannot wait to hear how your experience is, Laura, and to see how many blocks you knit on this trip.
We'll see. I'm prepared to make it more than one. So that's
Hey,
exciting.
setting
Yeah.
the bar low. Super smart. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
super smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Poor Pam.
Pam
Pam is
says,
not loving it.
"Oh, well, it's not going to be for everybody."
No, but she is sticking with our read along that we're hosting over in Culture Corner. And I'm unlike Pam. I have very fond memories of Little Women from childhood, as you all know, having listened to our Little Women podcast over at Christmas Movies. Actually, I'm having a great time with the read along, and you all are
Me
really
too.
active. Yeah, your like comments are so thoughtful. It's a great time. It's a great time.
Yeah. Just last night, Laura, I could not go to sleep last night because I had to see what the fuck was happening with Amy and these fucking limes. So yeah, I was flipping those pages.
It's time.
Yeah. So Pam, I don't know what you're talking about. I was riveted. All right. I was
Me
riveted.
too. I keep being like, oh man, I really should try to sit down and read today. And then I sit down. Pam! Pam is like
There's
defending
always got to
Amy.
be one. Yeah. Pam's trying to say that Amy's her favorite.
She's just
Man, you
she's
just
here to
wait.
tempt. Yeah, Pam is exhibiting Amy behavior and is testing me, but I'm not going to fall for it. I'm going to be Beth about it, except for the dying part, and rise above it and be like, oh, everyone's good in their way.
You could just be Meg about it and just give her money for her stupid
Yeah,
opinions.
yeah, that's fine. Pam, I'll Venmo you. Everyone gets little delicacies, so that's fine. Uh,
One
but
thing
yeah, I
I
do
always
find
forget.
myself just really riveted. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing I always forget that they don't pickle the limes in the movies. The limes are pickled in the book.
Yes.
When I was reading that, I was like, "What the fuck is a pickled lime?"
Yeah, well, it makes a lot more sense because like citrus in the winter, it doesn't
Shipped
really.
up from
Yeah,
wherever. Yeah, of
yeah.
course they'd
They're
have to be pickled.
right. They would. That
To
makes way more sense for the
Yeah,
time, but less
yeah,
dramatic.
less dramatic and less relatable.
Yes.
Yeah. I liked when Amy like offers what's her face, Penny or whatever, a suck of her lime. I was like, girl, listen, Do you know how many diseases you haven't figured out how to cure yet in 1864? Stop letting people suck your limes. Come
Florence
on.
Nightingale's around the corner, girl. You gotta like chill out. You gotta chill out.
Yeah,
Oh well.
it's a little brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, riveted over here, Laura. I'm around page 100.
Nice.
So yeah, we're rocking it. It's a big book though to take as a travel book.
Right, yeah, I have my big illustrated edition, and then I have this little tiny one that was in my grandma's house forever that looks like it was a family heirloom, but she bought at a thrift shop. And so if it doesn't make it home, it's really not a big deal. But this is my more travel friendly version. And I'm farther along in this
more travel friendly
than I am in my Bible version. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a little pretentious to have this, like, I probably could like throw it on my phone or whatever, but I need to save the battery for all the pictures.
Yeah.
So
that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Laura, I know you noticed big happenings yesterday over at lauraallison.party.
Yes.
We posted a bunch of in-person First Friday events over the summer. Now, yes, it is March 14th, but you know that summer's right around the corner. Laura was just having a heart attack because she thought we were going to Iceland in 6 weeks.
Well, it feels like it. It feels like it. I mean,
things
this month has been flying.
Escalated. Yeah, it really has. We meet up. We are very lucky in Chicago to have a lot of very lovely breweries. Two of our favorites are right next door to each other, Dovetail and Beguile, and they share a like outdoor space. And Dovetail specifically has a nice big beer garden out there over the summer. So we are hoping to meet up with a bunch of you over the summer. First Friday in May, July, August, and September, not June. Again, that pesky Iceland trip is poking right in there. 12 weeks away.
12 weeks away. Yes.
12 weeks away. 12 weeks away. So if you are in the Chicagoland area, or you happen to be in Chicago for a lovely vacation for yourself, this is the time to come to Chicago in our beautiful summers. We hope that you can join us, grab a beer, grab your and just have a great time hanging out with us. And for those dates and details, you can go to lauraallison.party. Yeah.
Great promo.
Thanks. I'm getting this like radio voice down. I feel like.
Yeah. Same.
Really
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
QVC. Big time.
So that was the big haps over on the party. Laura, you said that you had some stuff pop up on spring resale. You got shit you're trying to sell?
I do. I've got another couple of really nice things going up with spring resale. Right now, I'm posting exclusively on the D-Stash section of Laura Allison Party. Got a lot of spin cycle, sweater quantities of things, because I know that is very much party people's wheelhouse, but getting some beautiful shawl kits and more stock yarn, and that's all going to be trickling out over on the spring retail Etsy shop, springresale.etsy.com. But for now, keep an eye on that D-Stash. I've got some really, really nice stuff. You guys have been jumping on it. And I appreciate it. And so does my reseller. So yeah, that's been, trickling. And it's really nice. It's so satisfying to get to like be a pass-through account essentially for yarn, because I get to like see some really beautiful things and then pass it on to somebody who has a more immediate use. I love that life for me. It's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I launched new classes starting in May last week, and there are still spots in all of them. So, and signups have been trickling in. I feel like people are feeling a little maybe overwhelmed or undecided in what they want to be doing this summer. But hopefully that involves a beautiful sweater that you knit with me. So take a look at AllysonDykeisen.com and pick your next sweater. We are going to be kicking off materials classes in April, and classes start in May.
Do you have one that you're not including? Do you have one that you're most excited about for coming up in May?
I am pretty excited about doing the Weekender crew for the
Mm,
first time, because I just really love my Weekender crew. That Weekender
beautiful.
sweater, it was just always a little bit not the perfect fit for me up here. But man, that crew is perfect, and I'm happy to help people get that crew neck, because whenever you start shaping the neckline, things get a little bit crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yours
I'm
looks
really
so
excited
good.
about doing that one. I really like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
And this is the leftover yarn, the Harrisville,
Ah,
is what I
that's
used
why.
for mine. And this is what I have. I have this left over. And I love this yarn so much. I can't wait to find a new project and buy more of it. It's so nice.
Nightshades is total fave. I think it is stunning. I love
Yeah,
that woolen spun
it's
yarn. I
so
love the really
good.
saturated colors. I like daylights too. Super
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah,
Hmm.
I love it. It's so
Woo!
nice to knit with, which is what it's gonna make it even harder for me to change colors to do big stripes on this sleeve.
So we'll
Um,
just we'll just see where you're at next week. I'm so curious. But I also know when you do,
too.
you love two at a time because you just get cranking. So
Hmm.
I am curious to see where you land on it. We're gonna love it either
Yeah,
way. Spoiler alert.
me too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna love this one, even if it's a little weird. I'm excited
Yeah.
about it. So yeah, so stay tuned. Stay
Oh,
tuned.
I will.
The sun just came out.
Unhelpful. I mean, our lighting
I was
was
not prepared
for
for this.
cloudy day. Yeah,
Yeah,
geez. Saturation
yeah.
city.
Yeah, right?
Thanks,
Oh,
son.
well, it is kind of nice. Yeah. It's going to light your way, clear a path for you to get to London smoothly.
Yeah,
No
it
storm.
was helpful for me to like provide the vibes, like London vibes weather-wise. Like, oh, this is good British weather. I feel prepared. Put your footwork to the
Hmm.
foot gear to the test. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can
definitely.
storm now that I think it got it out of its system this morning, hopefully. Everything seems to
Let's
be on
hope so.
time. Knocking
Yeah,
on wood, of
let's hope
course.
so. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Well, that's really
All right.
exciting. I know I am sure more signups are coming, but that Weekender crew,
Me
I
too.
have gotten the opportunity to see it a lot because you do love it and wear it a
I do.
lot.
I do. I wear it all the time. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited about all of them. So check it out and make your plans with me starting in May. And May is right around the corner.
It
It's
really is.
soon. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
soon.
less than 12 weeks away. So there you go.
Yes, it is. Kate, what's up with Kate?
Well, I mean, I think what's happening is for those of you that have watched the documentary film The Crown on Netflix, which is 100% accurate and not at all
Mhm.
fabricated.
Mm-mm.
um I think that the reality of the royal family, and part of what I find so fascinating about them, is that they're not actually that smart or exceptional. They're just very rich. And like the thing about the crown, of the show and the reality of it is like the more that you get to realize that the royal family are just people, the less that you lose all the magical mystery of them, and then you don't think they should exist. And I think that's it's like the conspiracy theories are so funny to me because it implies a level of competence that absolutely no one in that family or in their family circle has. I mean, what do you think?
Agreed. Hard agree. I love conspiracy theories about everything.
Me too.
And it is very funny to see how many people think that there's some like real complicated thing happening here when there clearly is not a
No,
complicated thing. I
no.
think at very least she just needed some work done
Hmm.
as a 42-year-old woman who gets scrutinized by her shithole
Yep,
media all the
yep,
time.
yep. I
So
think
at
she's having
very,
tasteful work done. I do.
yeah, I think she's having tasteful work done for sure. Um, And also, William sucks. He sucked
Big
for a
time.
long time.
Big time.
So Kate did her duty. She's hung around for a long time. Camilla's here now. She should be doing all this shit. And I think Kate wants a break, if not a divorce.
Yep, I'm with you.
So yeah.
2 points that I would like to follow up with too, and then we can move right because I'm sure everyone's up to date. But I get a lot of my royal information from Mata_of_fact on Instagram. I love her. She's one of my favorite royal watchers. But one of the 2 things that she brought up that I think are really relevant is, one, a lot of people are making a big to-do about William's not confirmed but totally confirmed mistress, Rose Hanbury, Lady Cholmondeley, and they're making a big to-do about the fact that all of a sudden there are these articles about her being written. But matter of fact has said, and I totally agree, that is just smart SEO on the from these various newspapers, because they know people they're talking about her and she's in the mix, so they're just writing like, get to know Lady Rose Cholmondeley. And that is just a clickbait article so that it pops up when people Google her. So there's nothing actually linking her to this situation. It's just the articles are there because you'll click on them. So it's more of a SEO gaming thing.
It's been going on for ages.
For such a long time. So it's not new. It's probably new to you, but the papers know that, and the websites know that. So it's really, that's just generating more clicks for them and more ad revenue. So it's kind of mundane, but that's what's going on with the sudden article. They're not signaling anything. They're just getting ad dollars off of your clicks. And then the other thing that is also going on with the now Queen of Denmark, she was an Australian. She was born an Australian citizen and then got engaged to the Crown Prince of Denmark. And she gave up her citizenship, became a Danish citizen. They passed a law so that the minute she got married, she could become a Danish citizen. But that's not it takes a really long time to become a Dane, apparently. All these things, and if she and her children belong to that institution, like custody wise, if she were to divorce her husband, who is absolutely having an open affair on her, who is now the King of Denmark, she would lose her children. And it is very similar for the future Prince of Wales, and all of her children she'd have very limited access to if Kate were to divorce William. So these women are in very antiquated marriage situations that we like to think, for a lot of people, we're beyond that and it's more modern, but they're in a very old archaic institution, and there's a lot on the line for them.
Yeah,
there is a lot on the line for them. And so Kate is, I think, demonstrating her power here by pulling back and being like, the people fucking love me and they want me to be queen. And Miss Camilla has done 14 appearances and then needs to go lie down. So she's showing her power here. That's what I think is happening.
Yeah. And she's doing a great job. I hope she's just having a great time, locked away in Scotland somewhere. Laura, I'm sorry, you might not see her in London. I think she's probably in Scotland, just like having a break, relaxing, maybe learning a thing or two about AI generated photos and Photoshop.
Yeah, that's right. Her favorite hobby,
AI generated photos.
Be so for real, you idiots. Yeah. It's just so lame. But anyway, I do think that she might have had some minor health issues. I think she's definitely alive, and I think that this is her being strategic with what little power she has here, which is the same power that Diana had, which is the public's on her side. So that's huge, and this is a little reminder to all of them. And what is the number one thing that we're not talking about anymore? The fact that Charles has cancer. So the palace is also really liking that we're not talking about that the newly crowned king is having a health crisis. So we're focused on this, and that is serving them. So just a reminder, the newly crowned king does have cancer, and it is in a questionable. It's questionable how he's actually going to what the odds are for him, and no one's talking about that. So,
but you told me a theory about Kate that I really liked yesterday.
oh yes, yes.
Laura. Yeah, drop it because I think it's real. I think it's
Well, yeah, I think the most credible theory of all of the very logical things we just said, I think we need to drop because her disappearance is also really timed out perfectly with the most recent season of The Masked Singer and Celebrity Big Brother. So it could just be that she is the Masked Singer. So, well, time will tell.
TV.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes.
I think it would be so great.
Everyone would just shit, and I would love that.
I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, and she's just staying with Harry and Meghan, well, because they're in their BFFs now. Just
yes,
it's no big deal.
Yeah, that's what I want to be the truth. So I'm gonna watch The Masked Singer just in case. It's a long shot.
Just catch the highlights on the TikTok.
It's a long shot, but that's my favorite. So it sucks that too that the person that Kate really could lean on the most right now would be Meghan Markle.
I know.
Women really need to stick together.
Friends for like 3 months, like 6 summers ago. God, that was fun.
Every day the energy, the vibration that I'm putting into the universe is that Kate has reached out to Meghan in some form and things are being repaired there. I just need that to be the case in my mind. So that's what I'm hoping for her every day.
And if she really is just like super, super pissed at William, that would really super piss him off. So I think that serves her greater purpose as well, which is to get back at William for being such a disappointment.
And I think that though the Sussexes are probably, I don't think they have a lot of ill will. I think that, when you're in a bad relationship, sometimes you go overboard and are crazy too, trying to like make it work. And as she gets more and more exhausted, she can easily make amends with them because they'll be like, yeah, that you were under an insane amount of pressure. And of course you were trying to defend him and got weird and defensive. There's a real possibility for repair there in a way that I don't think there is for William and Harry.
No, definitely not. Things will have to get way worse before that gets better.
Yeah, God. But yeah, what a disappointment. I mean, handsome does not equal good.
Oh my God. I loved him so much when I was 12. I do take it very personally how terrible he ended up. That is like a personal attack.
It is. And it points to what a fucked up institution it is, but also you have to take personal responsibility at some point, and no one in that family does that. Yeah, Charles certainly hasn't. William certainly hasn't. I think Harry is starting down that road. But yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. Ugh.
Well, as usual,
anyway, I can't stop thinking about it though.
Thank you so much for your royal reporting, as usual.
You're welcome. I'm out here on these TikTok streets for all of us. But that's what I can't stop thinking about this week. That's my culture corner. Allyson, what's going on culturally in your world? What you watching? What?
Well,
I don't know.
Actually, Laura, I had to catch up on Survivor. There's only been 3 episodes. And I had been saving them. Yeah. I had been trying to save them because I knew a girl who was on Survivor, Jess. Was in my bra making class at Camp Workroom Social.
It's amazing.
In the fall. So it finally happened. It took 46 seasons, but I finally knew a person on Survivor. And so I watched her 2 episodes that she was in. Unfortunately, she got voted off that second episode, second person to leave.
Oh, shoot.
I know. I was so disappointed. And I really thought, based on her personality and skill set, that she would do a really good job on Survivor because she's has a really lovely personality.
Yeah.
There it has like
Makes
a
things.
magnetism, makes things right, like crafty, like good, working with what you have. But yeah, she just got put in a bad situation.
Darn.
And I think the people in her it was kind of weird. It was a weird experience to watch Survivor knowing someone on Survivor. Obviously, this has never happened to me before, but I like everyone on her tribe was really mean to her.
Oh,
And like they tricked her with a fake idol. And I was watching this happening thinking like,
wow.
why are they being so mean to this woman? She's so nice and she's so lovely. And they're being so shitty to her. And I don't know if I would have had the same rate. I don't know if I would have had the same reaction if I didn't like have a relationship with this girl. I like when people use fake idols and I like trickery in Survivor.
Hmm.
That's fun. I don't really think it was warranted in this case. And I do feel like I would feel the same way whether I was just watching this as a person who didn't know her specifically or not. Like I felt like it was over the top. Like fake idols usually come into it like way down the line. On
Mm-hmm.
day two, to be like tricking someone in this like crazy way, it felt super aggressive.
I see
And
that. Yeah.
watching a person that like have this happen, because on Survivor you see all the conversations. So she didn't know, obviously, when I was watching people like make this fake idol to trick her. I was like,
Right.
this sucks. Like this really sucks. And then watching it play out, I was like, this sucks. This sucks to see. So yeah, so I went on that emotional journey yesterday while I was steaming my
Oh my gosh.
cardigan. I
Well,
know it totally sucked.
I am so sorry to hear that because I was like, oh, maybe I'll like tune into this season, but
Not
spoilies.
anymore. Spoilers. She's out.
You'll still keep in touch, keep watching it though. Yeah, you
Oh
you love
yeah, I
you
love
love Survivor.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been watching it like weekly, I don't think,
Totally.
because I hate watching shit weekly.
Yeah,
We talked about this last week. It's so
yeah,
annoying. What is this,
yeah. I'm back to
1997?
banking Shogun. I'm banking
Yeah.
it now. So
I want to watch 6 of them. I don't want to watch one of them. I want to watch 6 of them. So yeah. So now I think I can back off and let a few of them pile up a little bit. But I did
that's
want to
always
see
a
what
fun treat,
happened
though.
best. Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, that's a
So
bummer, but it sounds like there's
it
some
was a
real
bummer.
strategic players, which you also like. So
I
um,
do.
that'll
Yeah,
at least
I
be
do.
interesting to watch, I hope.
Yes. Yes, it will. But whatever happens on Survivor, I feel like is always interesting. But one thing that always surprises me is how many people are so excited about getting on Survivor, and then they get there and they're like, wow, this is really hard. I know that Survivor is hard. As a person who watches Survivor, Jeff Probst is always like, if you're sitting on that couch and you think that you could have a really fun time on Survivor, you should apply. And I'm always like, thank you, Jeff Probst, but no, I will never apply to be on the show. It looks so hard.
It
It
does
is
look
so
very hard.
terrible. Yes.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people on Survivor go on Survivor and then they're like, I'm not sleeping.
Right. I'm uncomfortable.
I'm wet. Yeah, I am wet all the time. And it's hard to sleep on rocks. And you're like,
No shit. Right.
no shit.
That happens on Drag Race all the time, which at this point I'm really just watching Drag Race recaps. I'm not even watching the show, but like there's been so many cycles of Drag Race now where a lot of the queens that are on now watched early seasons and like studied the formula to be on. And then they get on there and they're just like, oh shit. like this is so much harder. And it's like, yeah, because on a like Survivor, I think has this too, where you're expected to do a lot within the context of the show, like games, like be
Yes.
strengthening, like also have like
Yeah.
deal with mind games and like physical,
Right.
like
Yeah. Can't
what's that
eat,
called?
no
Depravity.
food, no sleep. Like
Right,
it's all the thing. Being around strangers, like the
right.
whole thing is hard. Every
Because
aspect of it is hard.
right. And like the queen, because the queens talk about how like if you're on Great British Bake Off, like you're baking, that you're there to bake. And if you're on Drag Race, you're I mean, they'll throw you
Yeah.
in a wrestling ring. You have to sew, you have to dance, you have to learn choreography, you have to learn lip sync songs, you have to like all this
Yeah.
shit. And it's
So
like
much
that's a
stuff.
it's so much. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that people do even though you can listen to people interview and talk about their time there a million times, but you'll be like, well, I'll be fine. And you just, and then it takes a certain amount of delusion to apply. Like you have to be like, I'm great. Like I'm the most beautiful drag queen in Spokane, Washington, and I am going to serve fish. And it's like, yeah, to sit on your couch and be like, Survivor looks winnable to me. You have to have a certain amount of like delusional confidence, and they're looking for that in the room for you to walk in there and be like, I got this.
I got this, no problem.
I
I
went to
watched
one
all.
P90X class in 1998. I got this.
Yeah, I got this, no problem. Yeah, it's so funny. And then people do show up like, well, I gained 25 pounds in anticipation of not eating for 3 weeks. And you're like, okay, that's a good strategy. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
some. And then these like tiny, the thinnest girls you've ever seen in your life popping around in like their tiny underwear. They're just like, I can't eat anything here. And you're like, you gotta pack
Bye.
it on, girl. You got
Right.
right. Bye. You gotta pack it on. Yeah.
And I'm sure that
So,
gaining weight strategy can also backfire because then it's like, yeah, but you haven't practiced being hungry. So now you're going fucking crazy.
and they do. And they
Mm-hmm.
do. Which is part of it. Oh my gosh. But Laura, there was the scene that I watched that I know that you will really appreciate. There is
Okay.
a little law student named Charlie, and he is
Oh my
a
God.
huge Swiftie.
Oh.
Swifty. And he's just nerding around, learning about the law, and loving Taylor Swift fans. And then there's this little like rocker boy who's super fan of Metallica.
Now, do opposites attract in this scenario or no?
Yes, opposites attract because they had a song title off where the Taylor Swift fan said a Taylor Swift song name, and then the Metallica fan said a Metallica song name, and they went and went and went and went and went, and they got up to like 108 before the Metallica fan was like, listen, there are so many terrible Metallica albums that I just don't know. And so I am out of songs. And the Swiftie in like saying like, oh, then that means I won, said another song title in his like acceptance speech to put him at like 110 or whatever, and everyone was dying. It was so stupid.
Was he? This wasn't like an official game. It was just like,
no, it was
like
just, they were
to not go insane.
Yeah. Yes, you have to sit on a beach for days and days and days and days. And so they were like, you want to do this thing?
Wow. I mean, that's the kind of like car trip game I could really get behind, you know?
And it was like and they kept like in on the other people in the tribe, and it was like they were watching tennis. They were just like,
that is crazy. And to sit there for 100 of that must have taken a really long time.
They got
they had time. They
got the time to spare. Yeah, they really do.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's one of the dumb things that happens on Survivor, Laura. It makes that just riveting television.
God, I think I could only name 5 Metallica songs. I don't even think I could name 5. So there we go.
I recognized a few. I couldn't name 5 Taylor Swift songs. Yeah, not my wheelhouse at all. But holy shit, it was so funny. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's hilarious. Well, I love to see it.
I wish that Jess would have been in that tribe, because I feel like she would have done a lot better with that kind of energy rather than
Yeah,
the
well, she's used
people
to
who
camp.
were
It's what
taking her.
camp's all about,
I
getting to know
know, camp's
people, having
fun.
fun.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
well.
that has been taking a lot of my attention this week. And I also wanted to drop a movie that I watched this morning because it was basically, I think, a bit of what you are about to experience.
Okay. Winning
It was
London with
a
the Olsen twins?
yes. No, it was a
Oh,
movie called Love at First Sight, I think.
okay.
Love at First
Great.
Sight. It's a Netflix movie about two basic children, like they're 20 years old,
Yowza. That's
meeting
little.
on a flight to London and falling in love. And then, of course, chaos ensues, Laura. And Rob Delaney is this girl's dad. Oh, and the girl in it was the assistant from White Lotus, the second season of White Lotus.
Oh, I like that girl.
Yeah.
Is
That's
she
why
dressed
I
like a
hit play
90s
on it.
clown? Does she dress like a 90s clown?
No, she's dressed like
Oh,
children dress now, which is kind of like a
darn.
2024 clown. Oh, Sarah
Yeah.
watched it. Yeah, I thought the movie was cute. Jamil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that right?
From The Good Place?
From The Good Place, yes.
Mhm.
She played like the narrator character. It was kind of
Oh.
like a bunch of characters in it. But yeah, it was a cute movie, but I pressed play on it. I had no idea what was happening. And like 12 hours later, you will be in the airport waiting for your flight to London. So keep your eyes out. I mean,
I
don't
will.
want to
Hopefully he won't
Brooke
be
on blast,
20.
but
Yeah.
even then, I mean,
Right.
even then. But yeah, and then they were in London bopping around. And I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm watching this movie and Laura's about to be bopping around in London.
Man, if only it's a Netflix original, you say?
It might, I mean, they have different movies on flights, but yeah, but keep an eye out for it.
I will.
It might.
That'd be perfect for plane watching.
Could have a couple little tears though. I did have.
Well, especially if you watch it in the air. Boo-hoo.
Especially if you watch it in the air, you might. Yeah, there might be more than a couple of tears. I was moved. Yeah, I was moved in a couple. Of parts.
We are out of time for this whole rant that I have, but I'm really on the hunt to rewatch the animated film Balto, starring Kevin Bacon, because I listened to an episode of You're Wrong
Kevin
About,
Bacon?
one of my yeah, Kevin Bacon is Balto.
No
I
shit.
listened to one of my favorite podcasts, so I'll just do this instead. One of my favorite podcasts is called You're Wrong About, and they just did an episode about how you're wrong about Balto. But spoiler alert, all dogs are good dogs, and Balto is still a good boy. But there is another dog, Lotto, that has an even cooler story than Balto. I mean, he's all part of the process of saving children that Balto was involved in, and it was an amazing story, and I'm obsessed. But now I'm really inspired to watch the animated movie Balto. So I'm going to try to find that and watch it at some point.
I would be so surprised if that was one of the offerings on
Me too.
your flight. That
Me
movie
too.
came out in what, 94?
But they have some random shit. You just never know.
True.
You never know. So it's, like time when we, like for like a year, it was the Tom Cruise-a-thon. You just never know what you're going to walk into. Like Lufthansa was like Tom Cruise, and it was like, oh, all right, sure.
Yeah. I'll cruise-a-thon on plane.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll watch A Few Good Men, 1991's A Few Good Men play. You just don't, you never know. So
you never
keep an eye out for Balto.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Balto. But quick question to end us out. If Balto was voiced by Kevin Bacon and there was a better dog, who would be voicing the better dog? For me,
Liam Neeson.
Oh, I was going to say Kevin Costner.
Oh, yeah. We're doing this correctly, though. Because there's just an older, more gravelly, we're right. We're both right somehow. Mm-hmm. So Liam Costner is Lotto.
Do it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
we won't ask them where
Mhm.
they were on January 6th, but
No,
we have this
no.
voice figured out,
Get him
I'm
out there
sure.
mushing where he belongs. Give that dog a job and don't ask any more questions. That's what I say.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh, Sam
Yeah.
Elliott. That's a good one, Kara.
That's a good one too. All right. Well, Miss McDougal, we can't wait to hear about your trip to London.
Yes.
Can't wait
My
for the
fact-finding
gifts.
mission.
Your
Yes.
fact-finding mission. If you see Kate, just
Woo.
maybe have some yarn and needles on hand. It feels like she might need some knitting therapy.
No
Uh,
kidding. No
yeah.
kidding. I hope she's on Princess Margaret's private island somewhere.
Oh,
But
yeah.
in the meantime, I will keep you all posted on
Yes.
any Windsor family sightings. And thank you for the good wishes. And
Perfect.
I can't wait to catch up next Thursday.
Oh, sounds good. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.